thank you once again for tuning in. And we're dealing today with socialization or sociability of the dog breed that we choose to select, the dog breed that we choose to take home to our family members. As always, I'm using the Rottweiler as a model because that is the dog that I am most knowledgeable of in terms of what the standard is, in terms of breeding the dog, raising puppies, understanding what the market is like, and understanding what the overall expectations is. And we've been talking about the difference. We've talked about the genetic health test that needs to be done, some of the challenges you can run in when the genetic health tests are not done. We have talked about show quality and the importance of a show quality dog just versus a regular dog from a particular breed. What does the show quality look like, or what should it look like? Then we've talked about working ability because the Rottweiler is a working breed. It is not a toy breed. It's not a sporting breed. It falls in the category of a working dog. So our fourth thing to talk about as you go out and try to decide on your puppy is we want you to understand the importance of socialization or social ability. Okay. Socialization and social ability deals with the puppy slash dog's ability to deal with its environment, whether it's another person, whether it's another animal, to deal with its environment according to the breed standard. Okay, now we understand that when we talk about socialization, we're actually talking about temperament. What is the character, personality, and predictability of this particular dog breed as it relates to dealing with other dogs, dealing with human beings, dealing with its environment? Well, in order to understand that, we can't come up with something in our own head that we heard from Joe Blower that we watched on YouTube. We have to go to what the international breed standard is. What does the international breed standard say as it relates to the Rottweiler? It says that the dog is a breed that is biddable, alert, friendly, and eager to work. When we think about the Rottweiler, we're thinking about a medium to large size stalwart breed that possesses great strength, agility, and endurance, but that dog is supposed to be what we call the 3 C's: calm, confident, courageous. See, when it says that the Rottweiler is an alert dog, it does not mean alert, does not mean being overly aggressive or overly shy or cowardice. The Rottweiler is supposed to be a balanced dog. Remember, this is a dog that was used in ancient war times, as well as used to pull a cart to the market, therefore being bestowed upon it the title or the name butcher's dog, because they could pull the cart as well as go into war. We say that this is a friendly breed, so that the Rottweiler breed standard calls for the psychology or the thinking of the Rottweiler to be balanced. Okay? What are some of the disqualifying faults when you don't have that? What are some of the problems you run into? I told a story a few weeks ago to an audience about me taking a dog from a guy when I was just strictly chasing paper. Bought a dog from a guy. The dog was right at breeding age. And one of the first challenges I should have known it was a problem. He said, well, I don't know whether the dog has been bred or not. But I brought that dog to my property. And in the process of getting some puppies shots, I accidentally left a cage open. And when I went to my oversee glass that oversees the kennel at the back here, dogs were barking, and that one dog was running from one puppy to the next puppy, killing those puppies. I paid no initial attention to the character, personality, and predictability of the dog when the dog was in another area and I was going out to feed it and it was hopping up to nip at the cage as I was opening the cage. I'm saying that to say, when we talk about temperament, we cannot talk about temperament without talking about genetics. You cannot talk about genetics without talking about pedigree. That's why we say it's very dangerous for some people to say it does not matter who the parents are, or it's all about how you raise a dog. No, there are some environmental factors that can have a positive or an adverse effect on the temperament of a particular dog. That's a fact. However, genetics will always trump environmental factors. So yes, we look at the environmental factors, but what we have more data toward, or more data can be collected on or easily looked at, is when we look at the pedigree. Who's the parents? What are they known for producing? Who are the grandparents? Who are the great grandparents? Who are the great great grandparents? And then there being data there in terms of critiques, in terms of documentation from breeders, in terms of clients over the years, and you can actually look at that documentation and see what the psychology or the mental genetics of that dog is. I see people all the time say, see a nice picture of a dog, and they automatically want to breed with that dog without any information, without any data on temperament, on personality, on character. And you can easily, if you're not careful, take and implement something into your breeding program or send something out from your breeder program that is unstable in terms of what the temperament is. I have seen these dogs over the years. I've had the opportunity to work with them in terms of training programs, but I've had opportunity to do consultation with clients who have gotten dogs that were unstable in terms of their temperament. This is not something you want to take home to your wife, to your husband, to your children, and take the risk of getting a call that something happened to a loved one or a neighbor or someone down the street simply because you got a dog whose temperament or whose genetics were unstable in terms of how that dog thinks. So the Rottweiler is self-assured. The Rottweiler is a steady dog, a wait and see dog, and he's also fearless. All of that packed up in one. That dog must be balanced. It must have some level of discretion. And when we talk about disqualifying faults, we talk about the breed standard of the Rottweiler, we're talking about dogs that are overly aggressive. There's no need when there's no threat. That dog is responding as if there is a threat. Okay? We're talking about dogs that are overly shy, bashful, scary. Some dogs that are anxious, shy, or cowardly, they should not be bred. They should not be introduced into these programs where they are reproducing themselves and producing these unstable temperaments that are going into people's homes. If the dog is gun shy, that's why when you get an SC or BSD, they're using a gun. They're shaking the jar with this in it, and they're watching the reaction of the dog to see, is this a dog that psychologically has what it takes to be bred? A dog that is too vicious should be immediately dismissed from a breeding program. Excessively suspicious. The Rottweiler is an alert, wait and see dog, but he's not an excessively suspicious dog. And then a dog that is nervous all the time. So you have to be able to look at the mother, look at the father, look at the pedigree to understand what the data is associated with the genealogy or the pedigree, understanding the pedigree matter. Then you have to be able to look at the dog, to look at the puppies, to look at the litter, to see the interaction, and then be able to know what the expectations of this puppy is in terms of his temperament, his character, his personality, and predictability at the age that it is, okay? At the age that it is at that point. So let's make sure that we're doing the right thing if you go out. Understand there is a difference between the $500 dog and the $2,500 dog. You cannot expect a lot when you're only paying $500.
And that wraps up another episode of NWA Connie Corsos. Thank you for being a part of our Connie Corso community. Remember, you can stay connected with us beyond the podcast. Find us on all major media platforms by searching for NWA Connie Corsos. Whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or YouTube, just hit that follow button to join the conversation and get the latest updates. If you have a burning question or want to apply to be a guest on our show, we'd love to hear from you. Simply shoot us an email at nwaconniecorsos@gmail.com. And if you're a business interested in becoming a sponsor, reach out to us at the same email address. For more resources, exclusive content, and links to all our social media profiles, visit our website at nwaconniecorsos.com. It's your go-to destination for everything dogs. Thank you once again for tuning in, and we can't wait to bring you more exciting episodes where we explore the fascinating world of dogs.